Space Monster Wangmagwi is a 1967 South Korean kaiju movie from Segi Trading Company. Thought to be lost, then thought to only be let out of the archive for sparse viewings, SRS has finally acquired it for US distribution. They were originally rejected. And now it is in my hands, so regardless of whether it turns out to be good or bad, good for them for finally letting the world see Space Monster Wangmagwi. As usual, the package came with goodies such as a bookmark, a postcard, and a poster, all with the new artwork, which I do dig. Look at these spacesuits. Kind of like them, I kind of dislike them, but they are pretty unique and memorable. Anyways, these are our bad guys who are sending Wangmagwi to Earth to conquer it. And there is this woman and her mom who are still prepping for the daughter's wedding while the monster is doing his damage, even though the groom is having to defend against the monster as part of the Air Force. When they finally do evacuate, they end up fainting at the sight of Wangmagwi, and he abducts the bride-to-be. You know, I'm guessing a lot of people are going to shit on the way the monster appears, but I think he looks fine. He has this one power. This shot is cool. Most things look decent. Zooms, scene composition, camera angles, miniature city. Acting is well done. This is a great shot, but that is a giant road with comedically large lanes. There's a lot of comedy here, more than I was expecting, and like intentional comedy, not like haha effects bad unintentional comedy that a lot of the early kaiju films get. And it works sometimes. There are usually whole little skits put into the film, and not just a throwaway line or two. Got a handful of laughs out of me, but as a whole I think slowed the movie down. And the movie feels quite slow. Even though there is a giant monster destroying the city, we are constantly following characters that have no sense of urgency whatsoever, accompanied by the lack of a march or much musical composition at all that gets the audience going. Really does make for an unexciting watch. There's also no real human narrative pushing the movie forward either. It just follows one person for a while, then goes to the next, sometimes coming back. But I'm assuming this is the only movie where a boy pees in the ear, nose, or maybe the passage in between of a kaiju, so there's that. Movie has the normal early kaiju movie problems, some visible strings, shots that are clearly stock footage due to the high difference in quality, a slight annoying young boy who shows up later and then basically becomes the main character for a bit. He even becomes the one who is able to exploit the monster's weakness. There's this weird multi-ring thing going on with a bunch of the shots. The city destruction scenes are scattered throughout. There's not one big stretch of it. And it looks good, just not exciting for one reason or another. The military retaliation isn't usually present, so maybe that's why. And then, when there is military retaliation, it's usually not a spectacle. Overall, Space Monster Wangmagwi is okay. I'm glad I watched and really glad it's able to be watched. If you've heard of this movie before, chances are high that you already bought, and if you did, watch it. You already paid for it. But if you didn't, there's plenty of better kaiju movies to check out instead. Thanks for watching.